snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys, so today I'm here to do a review, and the book that I'm going to be reviewing is Glaze, which has only just come out. It's a YA book and it's written by Kim Curran. I got an advance reader copy from the author, luckily, which was really cool, so thank you so much for that. And I finished reading it last week. So let's get started with the review. There will be a lot of information at the end about giveaways and the blog tour and other people who are doing reviews and participating in the blog tour. So if you want to watch to the end or skip to the end, then do so if you want to enter the giveaway and things like that. Otherwise, I will get started with my review. So this is the story of Petri, who lives in a world which is quite similar to ours, but obviously it seems to be set sometime in the future because the world has advanced and technology has advanced. Glaze, a multimedia network, has basically taken over and it's all the rage and everyone wants to be part of Glaze. They all want to be chipped and connected to it because it is the only way of life for a lot of people, and a lot of people, they stay on Glaze permanently and they never come off Glaze, and they just can do anything that they want to. So you can send photos, take videos, you can get information, you can get data, statistics, you can watch films, you can send messages, you can do anything and everything you could dream of on Glaze. It's basically like having a computer inside of your head, I suppose. Everyone who's 16 or over can join Glaze and can be chipped, but if you are under 16 then you are not allowed to. So Petri is 15, she has been dreaming of the day that she can finally get onto Glaze for years. She's counting down the minutes and the days and the seconds because she is one of the youngest in her year, and obviously everyone else has been connected to Glaze, and when they get connected it seems like she kind of is left out and she's a bit lonely. So Glaze itself was actually made by Max White, who is kind of like a godfather kind of figure to Petri. He's around at their house quite a lot because Zizi, her mother, actually is the person who made sure that Glaze was hacker proof and could not be hacked by anyone. So they're like the two chief people of Glaze essentially, and they work together to ensure that everything is running smoothly and wonderfully and everyone is enjoying Glaze. They've designed an entirely new way of life which brings everyone together as a big community. It's not only like really fun for everyone and everyone really enjoys being part of it, but actually it's helped in sort of decrease of crime, and things like that have become a lot less common, which is a really good thing. So the world is seen to be improving and people are really enjoying it, and they're enjoying the way of life that Glaze brings to them. So as I say, Petri is dreaming of the day that she can get onto Glaze, and she ends up going to a protest at the very beginning of the book, peaceful protest, which kind of turns ugly pretty quickly, and due to that whole situation and the fact that she's not on Glaze, she ends up being blamed for the riot that erupts, which is pretty bad because that means that she then has to go to the police station and the police are saying, we don't want you to go on Glaze, we're gonna bar you for 5 years. So essentially that is the plot and that is what I can give away to begin with, but due to the circumstances, she's been dreaming of the moment that she could get onto Glaze for years and years, and being barred for 5 years seems like an absolute lifetime to her, and she's just dreading it. So she then gets tangled up in all sorts of darker and deeper criminal underworld stuff, which it results in her discovering a lot about Glaze and what it really is, and it's just a really, really interesting story from then on. So that all happens right at the beginning, so it's not a spoiler or anything like that, but it's just a really, really cool world. So Petri herself is actually a really interesting and strong character. She's very believable, something that I really find a lot of YA characters, they're a little bit fickle, they don't always do the thing that you think you would do in that situation. Sometimes they're a bit silly and they do stuff where you're just like, why? Petri wasn't like that, thank goodness. I was really happy because actually she did do some things which were maybe questionable but were actually believable. Things that were not morally right in a sense, but it was as though the author didn't mind her being a slightly flawed character, which is a lot more believable because we're all slightly flawed in our own way. It gave me the impression that she was actually a really interesting and believable character, and it wasn't only her, all the other characters in the book seemed believable to me as well, so I really enjoyed that aspect. Zizi and Max were also very interesting characters. Zizi especially, she's a workaholic, she is always making sure that everything is running smoothly for Glaze. She doesn't have much time for her daughter in her life, and they don't tend to get along. They're quite dysfunctional as a family. I really enjoyed kind of seeing snippets of Zizi's past because I thought that she was actually really interesting, and she has a background in hacking, hence why she is now the one who stops hackers getting onto Glaze, and that sort of little snippets were really interesting, and I really enjoyed that because it gave her something different to kind of, she wasn't like a regular mum, she was quite an interesting one. So on the whole, the premise was really interesting, the whole idea of Glaze was just really, really exciting, and I love the idea because, you know, it's such a unique idea and it's such an interesting idea that everyone could be connected in this way, and just everything to do with that is just so cool, like very sci-fi but really, really interesting and cool, and I would definitely recommend it. I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 star rating, so I really enjoyed it. It was very, very good, especially for a YA book. It was definitely a little bit better than some of the YAs I've been reading recently. I would definitely recommend this to you guys, so go check it out. So the reason that I am doing this review and that I got an advanced reader copy is because I am actually participating in the Glaze blog tour, which is happening from the 8th of May all the way up to the 22nd of May, and a lot of people are participating, so I will put the list of people's names and channels and blogs that you can go and look up if you want to see any of their reviews and things like that. Also, there is a giveaway which is happening on Rafflecopter, so I will link that down below and you guys can go and enter that for a copy of Glaze yourself, and I will also link the Goodreads page and the Amazon page so that you guys can go and check it out on those as well. Hopefully buy it because I really enjoyed it and I would definitely recommend it. I don't always enjoy YA, so it was a good one and I would say that it's worth reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye! Me and you gonna have a little